It's January in New Jersey. Average temperatures dance around the point of freezing. This prompts many boat owners, marine owners alike, to remove vessels from the slips in which they berth. Few captains dance well beyond the winter solstice to stay on a bite, that many are not willing to face the elements to fish. Nick Honachefsky knows a captain just hardcore enough to get us to this wintry prize.
Water temperature dropped drastically in the last week or so, so we're gonna have to head out and start in at least 85 to 90 foot wrecks. We're coming out of Barnegat, so we're gonna head down to the southeast off of Atlantic City, and then we're gonna start hitting on some of the big wrecks out in like 100 plus. Usually these Blackfish, mid-January to February, that's where we're gonna spend the winter until early March. So we're gonna try to go intercept these bigger ones out there.
I got Freddie here already.
We go get Nick and make this thing happen.
Yo, Captain.
What's up there, Nick?
What's going on?
There he is. What's up, buddy? Mid-January, can't get any more hardcore than that, huh?
Man, 15 degrees out, you know?
Brisk morning indeed. But with weather in the forecast, this may be the last fishable day before Captain Fred has to pull his boat for the season. Before the crew gets underway, they'll go over the proper tackle for the day's chilling endeavor.
So Freddie, when we're going out today for Blackfish, we want to use this heavy-duty gear that can handle the big runs of these tog.
All right, Nick, here we go. We're gonna start off with the Thorium HGs. Nice thing about those, these have the backbone to handle any tog, but the great thing is the retrieve. 6-to-2 ratio.
Right, the high-speed retrieve on the Thorium 16s that can effectively pull those Blackfish right out of the wreck and reel them up at a quick pace. Now that's when we're gonna be dropping baits for the crabs. What do we got here with the Stratigs?
The new and the greatest way to catch tog now.
Right.
We got the Stratic on the 7-foot Terramar with a Blackfish jig.
That's awesome. And the greatest thing about the Stratic 5000 series here is that's got enough torque as well with the spinning reel to pull those fish off the wrecks. And the cool thing is that Shimano designed these Terramar Inshore series rods specifically for the Northeast. So they're used to like pulling those big fish up off the wrecks.
Absolutely, I'll tell you, after you start using the bucktails and the jigs, you're gonna be hooked.
Yeah.
That's it, baby.
All right, let's start it up.
All right, buddy,
let's go, man.
All right, Nick, here we go. Just showing up. So the first spot we're gonna hit is like 85 to 90 foot wreck. And it's kind of a pinnacle, and it comes up real nice with like a 20-foot relief.
Right.
Greg, if you want to get the anchor start going.
All right.
We got 2 anchors going. We're gonna start with one, see how it sits. We got a little bit of a north wind, probably like a 2 to 4 foot sea. Not too bad for middle January. We got greens and whites for bait today. So we'll set up one with each. You take your choosing.
That's the thing too, is we never know what they're really gonna be keyed into, whether it's the green crabs or the white crabs. Sometimes they want the greenies, other times they want the white leggers. Sometimes they want the legs on, sometimes they want them off. So tog can be really finicky, but you know, we gotta tempt them and try and see what they like.
So I just picked up all our scope there on the wreck. We're now straight up and down. The grapple hook ties right into the wreck on a piece of rebar, or so be it down there. Pulling up the scope lets us be straight up and down. So we're dropping our sinkers and our jigs right on top of the wreck. Let's get them.
All right, so we got the green crabs here. These are, they're actually an invasive species, but they've colonized the United States. But the green crabs are what we're gonna try for bait. We can either use them whole, cut the legs off, cut them in half, put them on the hook, drop them down. And here's the other type of crab we're using called white leggers here, Jonas crabs. These things are native to the wrecks out here. So this is what those big old bulldog tog like. We're gonna test it out, see if they're eating the greenies or the white leggers today. You can see the differences between both the white legger and the green crab right here. That's what we got here for the first Blackfish rig, is they're spooled up with 50-pound Power Pro line. It's got that EBT abrasion resistant coating on it. We got ourselves 50-pound monofilament leader, 1 dropper loop, which you loop your sinker on here. Big old bank sinker. We're using 10 ounces today because it's pretty sporty out. And we got a size 3.0 the 4-0 octopus hook on the end. All right, what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna start with green crabs. You wanna get a nice pair of sturdy scissors, cut the legs off on each side, make sure that claw's gone and the leg's off. Cut them in half, like so. Get the hook, put it through the first knuckle, let it come out the third knuckle like that. Now I got this half greeny crab on. Time to see if there's any tog, homeboys. Drop it down. Once it hits the bottom, I'm gonna let it sit on that structure and then wait for that telltale tog bite, which is tap, tap, like that. And you wanna hit in between the two hits.
While Nick has his bait and tackle on the bottom, Captain Fred will use his signature technique to raise life on the wreck.
All right, so guys, here we go. We're on the wreck. The wreck is in 85 feet of water. If you look at the chart plotter, we're about 65, 70 feet. And what we want to do is build the life. So what we do here on Andrew's toy is we make a bomb. Basically is we get cut crab, legs, whole bunch of good morsels in a paper towel. Trying to be eco-friendly, if you know what I'm saying. And then what we'll do is we make a bomb. So we take it, wrap it around our sinker, main line, and hook. Get it all together, nice and wrapped up like a little bow here. Okay, put the hook in. And at this point, what we do is we drop this down, and what's gonna happen is the legs and all the good stuff is gonna sit directly under the boat.
So we got Freddie over here dropping bombs, man. I mean, I've chummed before for tog, you know, just throwing like little handfuls in, but he's got it to another level here, man. So that's the thing with togging, is sometimes you get on a piece of structure and they're devouring the baits right away, but other times you got to convince them and get a bite going, you know? So they'll be scratching around. They might be hanging around off the wreck like that, but they may not be feeding aggressively yet. So sometimes you just got to wait them out.
There's no luxury in waiting on these shortened winter days. And with no telltale sign of a building life, Nick and Captain Fred alike both have a sense that maybe the water has cooled off too much for the depth they're currently at. So they head to a wreck in closer to 100 feet of water.
Now we dropped out to 100 foot deep here. I amped up to a Torium 16, a little bit bigger of a rod, a Terramar Inshore series here, rated for 30 to 80 pound. Break out the big sticks.
Oh yeah, get bites, Nick.
You gonna bite?
50 feet that way, cast.
Get it out. There. Sometimes you gotta cast to the wreck.
Look at Nick getting ready. Zoom
Got
the
to,
position
dude.
on.
Got to. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah,
Was he on?
yes, son.
He ain't that big, but he's on. There he is. You see him dogging there. That's a telltale sign of a tog, man. He's got that vibration on the rod tip. Ah, the little guy. Woo. But that is the species we're looking for right here. Blackfish, little chocolate chip. It's got that beautiful camouflage coloring right now.
Beautiful color.
That's so cool about the tog though. They got that color, you know, that blend into the wreck. And a lot of times you'll see them have like a orange hue up top, and that's called wreck rust. You know, that's when he's hanging inside that wreck and he blends right in with his conditions. It's so cool. These tautog have these little, like, almost like donkey teeth. They're so gnarly looking and are big and protruding like that to pick the crabs and all the forage off the wrecks. So they need those teeth to go grab at all those crabs and crush them. Built to kill. Current keeper on Blackfish in New Jersey is 15-inch minimum size and a 4-fish limit. And this guy is neither. One fish at like 14 inches, so he's going back. Bring up your big brother. Come on, boy. That's what it took. It took like 10, 15 minutes, and they start biting. And now it's like every drop we're getting hits. I just got cleaned here. I know, I got to reel in. When you feel a hit once or twice, you got to reel it right back up, because otherwise you're fishing on credit.
Oh, yeah.
Ready's on. Little mini togger, but
Little mini togger. Hey, once the little ones start, the big ones show up. There we go, good one.
yeah, Freddie. Freddie's good. Look at the way that rod's handling, man.
Lots of fun.
Look at this, Freddie. So now we got the life built all down there. There's all these small fish that are feeding. Now we're waiting out for the bigger fish to come in and bully those small fish off the pieces. Hooked up? Yeah. He's hooked up. That's one of the best skills in togging, is that you want to keep your mouth shut because everyone will mug you on the boat when they know you're catching fish. Little chocolate chip, but he's got one. As soon as one of your boys sees you catching fish on the boat, they'll run right up to you and start mugging you, dropping right back down. Dirty business, togging. Hang on, this is a better one. Better one, yep. Oh, you can see the bend in the rod. This one I think should be a keeper, we'll see. This bigger togs seem to bulldog down on it and shake their head pretty good.
Nice fish.
There's the first keeper of the day, dude. Woo! All right. Finally, we got a nice little roaster here, about 3.5, 4 pounds. Beautiful looking fish. Look at that beautiful tautog right there. And that's a great eating size fish. And the thing is, when these fish, you know, they're a slow growing species. So this fish here could probably be maybe about 5, 7 years old. And when you get into those like 10-pound plus fish, they could be like 25, 30 years old. So generally we throw back anything that's over 8 pounds because you know it's an old fish. But these are perfect roasting size, man. What a great eating fish, man. Oh, and Freddie's on the back.
Bring his little
Bring him up,
in.
get him in the box. Look how beautiful. Here we go.
Oh yeah, there's his brother.
Oh yeah, that could keep there.
There we go.
Got to be 15 inches in Jersey.
Got a nice little bite going there.
Doubled up.
Yours a little bit bigger, but
That's it, yeah.
they still young. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
he's got the pool right now, man. Beautiful fish. Those things are going to be great on the grill tonight, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're bailing them right now on the bottom bait rigs, but I'm going to try jigging them with this little, lead-headed 2 to 3 ounce jig. We'll tip it with the crab. Got this, we're using spinning gear now. The Shimano Terramar inshore rods, Stratic 4 or 5,000 reel. Tip this with a crab bait. See if we can get some on the jig. Hey, oh.
You had a jig, yeah. See,
just
there
had
you
a
go.
hit. Dang it.
Guys, cast up like 20, 30 feet ahead of you.
Just had to hit on the jig right now. See if he comes back to it. If not, I'm sending another bait down. No bait means need bait. It goes perfectly out there. Perfect little rig for jig and tog.
Beautiful.
There he is. Yeah! Woo! On the jig too. Oh! That's it, man, on the jig. And then, the spinning rod and reel with, togging is just a different type of battle, man. So classy. There he is. Ah! Yeah, on the jig. Look at that.
Another one.
Greg's gonna be stoked. Ah! He's got his on the
Another
jig
one
too.
on Greg's jig.
This
yeah.
is mate Greg's jigs, man. Little tog jigs. Look how beautiful.
2 ounces.
I think that's a keeper too.
You know, nice is they're holding 2 ounces in 100 feet of water.
Yeah, that's crazy. We're fishing a lot deeper today
Greg,
with these
great
tog out
design.
here, but hey, Greg, we got 2 on your jigs up here. Back to back, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, for middle January to come out and have over 20 bites.
This is it,
in
man.
less than 2 hours.
Yeah, crushing a
you
little
can't
bit of tog. We got a couple boxers for the grill and ready to rock and roll. I want to cook these tog tacos up, man.
There
Let's
you go.
roll.
Absolutely.
Get it done, my
Great
man.
job, buddy.
Now we're talking. Yes.